Yeah, hello again. Okay, this is an open session, so the questions are from me only. Uh, Anyone? First of all, how was the quiz? Any feedbacks? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Can any of you tell about your feedback about the quiz one? How was it? How you felt it? Like that?
It was doable, quite doable.
Okay. How's the migration happening from CT to Python? Are you able to adapt? I mean, are you in CT? You'll be reading codes, but when you come into Python, suddenly you'll be start writing the codes. Are you able to pick up it? And are you on a good progress, everyone?
That part is quite difficult.
Okay. Okay. What is the difficulty you are facing? I mean, with respect to some concept, I'm facing difficulty here.
Regarding Python or Max 2?
Python only.
Actually, logic is clear. What
Okay.
I want to do, that I know. But when it comes to coding, then that part is difficult.
Okay. Okay, got it.
I felt that CT prepared us for the logic part of it and what is happening. Although sometimes in Python, at least I struggle with remembering the various inbuilt functions and the parts.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I also face problem in writing the code because whenever I write the code, there is an error due to sometimes due to the syntax or sometimes due to the in-depth जो मतलब speech देते हैं किसको क्या कहते हैं शायद.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Sir, I posted one question, one doubt in chat. Actually,
Okay.
it's import random or from nums append random dot transit from 1 to 11.
Okay.
Then p is an empty list, and then these numbers for numbers in range 1 to 10.
P is a dictionary, no? P is a dictionary.
P is dictionary. Sorry, yes. And then I print, so it gets all the numbers 0, 0, 0, 0. Then the scope is, in the random numbers, it needs to add. Suppose if one appearing 3 times, it should show 1, 3, 2, 0 like this. But
yes.
I don't understand this for num. In nums, p num is equal to p num plus 1. I don't understand this. How this will happen?
Okay, you didn't understand the increment operator, right?
Yes.
Plus
yes.
equal to 1, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
This code doesn't run on me.
Okay, you understood the rest of the part?
Yes. I was able to create random and the numbers and the empty list.
Okay. I'll explain. Okay, I'll share my screen and I'll explain.
Sir, any chance of discussing the quiz paper, sir, question by question?
Not everything. If you have any specific questions, I'll look into it, but I'm not going through all the questions.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, I'll clear this one. Okay. You understood what I have written, right? Simple thing. I'm assigning a value 0 to a.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm simply printing it. Then I'm calculating a plus 1. Okay, simply in this case 0 plus 1. Okay, then that will give me the answer 1. Then I am assigning into a, right? Then I am printing a. You are able to see the result, right? First
Yes.
it was 0, then it was 1. Okay, the same way I can write in a shorthand operator. Okay, it is called shorthand operator. That's all. The same. What you, if you feel it is difficult to read, I mean, at the initial stage, just take the plus equal to and remove it, and instead of write a equal to a plus, whatever the variable in before. You see?
No, no. Yeah, understood. But no, this is not my question.
Yeah.
My question is, when P is empty dictionary, okay, so the empty dictionary gets created, but when for nums, so it do not add, it shows error 10. I don't understand what is this key error 10.
Can you verify whether the indentation is correct or anything has to be changed?
Sir, I think the nums initial should be moved down.
Yeah, it will should be.
Yes. Then reduce the range also. For I in range, maybe 10.
Okay. Okay. Also, it should be indented, right? You are first initially you are just filling the values, right?
Yes. Yes. Can I check?
Okay. When you increment this value, you are getting the
Yes. Error 10. Key error.
okay, got it. The thing is, you are okay. First of all, we'll print the value of p. Okay, it was only 1 and 0. Okay, when you, I think you assumed the random number was in the dictionary. Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
let's say, okay, I'll just show you. You are seeing 7, 4, 1, 2, 9, these numbers, right? But when we are going through the for loop, you are taking the value from 1, 2, 3 up to 1, 2, 3 up to 9. Okay, when it reaches 3, the 3 was not present in here. I mean, these are the keys of the dictionary P, right?
Yes.
It is not present. That's why it is returning an error, key error. Key error in the sense that key is not present there or something wrong with the key.
How
Okay.
to solve this? Yes.
Okay. Instead of
We
doing
make it for each
Yes, yes. Instead of in the range, you can go with simply nums. Then the num will take only the value from the dictionary you have defined. Okay, so we'll. Okay, here also we have one.
Sir, I didn't understood this key error. No, I didn't understand.
Okay.
So can
So
we take
for-
range till 11, 1 to 11?
For num in range, p num up line number 2, line number 4. If it is for num in range 1 to 11, then it takes key and value 1 0 2 0 3 0 like this. It fills the value.
Sir, should this be a nested loop, or what if we separate the two?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Then
yes.
p num is equal to 0. Okay, you are defining it, right? Then it's
No, sir. P num in num, since p for num in range, if we put, then we will have 1 2 3 4 5 6.
yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah, okay. It is clear, right? Now you are getting the dictionary. This is the list. Okay, this is the dictionary. You are clear with the solution now, right? Okay, that's it. Here we'll go one by one. Here occurrence of 3 is 1 2, so 3 is coming twice.
Yes.
2 is coming only one time, right?
Yes, yes.
6 is coming 2 times, so 6 2. 5 is coming two times, 2 2. This is clear, right?
Yes.
Okay.
None.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll do the
Sir,
other way.
Just 1 minute, sir. Sir, can
Yeah.
you give a print after p of num is equal to 0, sir? Can you give a print of p after?
Everything is 0.
Sir, like even the repeated items, all of them are counted as 0.
Yes, but we are not counting it.
Like, no, like let's say 10 or 10, if some is some
Yeah, it's
item
overrated.
repeated, sir.
Yes.
So even if it's repeated, like let's say there's 8 once and there's 8 again.
Yeah.
Will it give 2 keys for 8 and then say 0,
No,
or will it give only one key?
Only one.
Okay, even okay now
Okay.
because it is a set, or no, it's a list, no, sir.
No,
That's what
okay. I'll print this part out. Okay. Rest of the things are clear, right?
Yes.
Just see.
Okay.
I'll print along with the num variable as well. Okay. You can see something will be repeated. Okay. That 11 is second time repeated, right?
Yes.
First time it was assigned 11 is equal to 0. Okay, so what the program do is second time also it get defined, but to the same key, not the different key.
Okay.
Again the 11 was there, but it is again initialized to 0.
Okay, again it is initialized to 0 only, but it is for the same. It's referring to the same value.
Same key. Yes.
Same key.
Yes. The thing about the dictionary is you cannot get two key with the same name or same value. All the keys are unique.
Okay, got it.
The thing is you can get like this one. 11. I'm having a value.
Yeah. Okay, understood, sir.
But here the value is different. Here it is an integer.
Yes, integer
Here it is a
and
string. It is possible, but you cannot have same key with 11 with another.
Okay,
even if you does, it will replace with the later value.
So it will replace with the later value, updated
Yes.
value.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Okay, we'll come to this one.
Okay, we'll come to this one. Now I do the other way. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we'll come to this one. Now I do the other way. Yeah. Okay, we'll come to this one. Now I do the other way. Okay, we'll come to this one. Okay, instead of going like simply in polynomial, you can go with a range. In this case, you have to take the length, but here you have to mention it accordingly. I'll go with I. Okay, sorry, it should be nums. Yeah. The farmer case, I took the object itself. Here, I took the value from 0 to the length. So it will be 0 to here in this case it is 10. So it will be 0 to 9. So I'm taking the index from it. Is it clear? This, especially this line. Okay, I can print it as I, nums of I, then value of print this one, then okay. The value first is index 0, which is the nums of 0 is 10. It is coming here 10. Then at that case 10 alone incremented. The dictionary with the key 10 is incremented. Next, the index is 1. Nums of 1 is 11. Same. 11 is incremented. It is same happening. Whatever we done before, right? It's exactly the same. Any doubts here?
Yes.
Yeah, please go. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Any other things to discuss?
Sir, here print nums.
Yeah.
Will it print the keys, right? Keys of the dictionary.
Which one? This one,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Line. Yes, it will print. Actually, yeah. What you said is right. Yeah, it is actually it prints the list.
Yeah, list containing.
Yes,
keys.
but the keys means it will not have a repeated values, right?
Yes,
that list
yes,
have
yes.
a repeated values, so it is printing the list.
Yes.
But we are using that list to create the keys for the dictionary P.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I have a question. When we'll be doing the online programming exam,
Okay.
there will be chances that some of us may be forgetting functions. We know what we have to do, but we forget the functions or what exactly it is. For example, I tend to forget what to
actually
write
I
when
can
you're
give you
appending to a list or to a set.
Yeah, I can give you a idea to it. Okay, if you give dir, okay, and give the list, okay, it will print all the functions to the list. You can do it in portal as well. Simply print dir. In portal, if you work it right, dir list. It will print all the function. You can at least in
Even on when we're doing our PPAs or
yes, absolutely. It will work with any Python command, Python interpreter.
And this is for a list. You can do that for
Yeah,
sets,
you can for
mutabilities.
everything, every classes. I mean list. I mean as of now you don't need to worry about the double underscore, right? These have special meanings. Just neglect them. But starting from the append, right? This one we can do it.
Okay.
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 So instead of I showed for list, right, using the dictionary. For dictionary you have starting from
This is more than we even know.
yeah.
Okay.
Same for any function, anything, map, set. I mean, these are the very basic things you'll be learn.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see tuple, right, tuple have only count and index.
It has only count and index.
Yeah. You cannot modify the tuple, so there is
Yeah.
nothing much to do.
Okay.
Also,
Count will give the number of elements or something in the tuple.
yes,
What does
it's
count do?
yeah, it's exactly the number of. Okay, it takes a variable, okay, and it will tell how many times it is occur and how many
Okay.
occurrence of that value.
Rather than the length. Yeah.
Yes. Actually, length you can get directly using the len.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, which ID is this?
Sorry, the editor I am using, right? That's
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm talking.
It is Vim.
It
Vim.
is what?
It is called Vim. VIM. Yeah. We'll move on. And one another is help function then is help of, that's it. Instead of, if you don't need to initialize a list, if you want to get a list function and its properties are what it defined, even if you forgot, right, let's say list dot append, just type help within that list dot append. It will give you the help value. It will say what are the parameters required. Just forget about the self as of now, and object. Append object to the end of the list. So whatever we are giving as a parameter, that will be appended to the list. It will
And
work
this
for
works for even on our portal.
Yes. The thing is, you have to give print. Without forget, you have to.
Yeah.
I am using a console directly, so it is giving the return value directly. When you are writing as a script, right? If I give the same in here, it will not work. So you have
Sorry?
to. If you are writing a script in the sense, we are writing a bunch of lines of codes, right?
Yeah.
In that case, I have to give the print.
Yes. Yeah. This is a big help.
Yeah.
Because we tend to mix up the commands for the list, the dictionary, especially the indexing part. I tend to forget.
Yeah, I mean, just make it as a second, I mean, like a plan B or like that. First, as you practice, right, you'll get to know all those things.
Yes. It should not be used as a crutch. It should just be used only as a backup plan.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir.
Yeah.
So if you could please explain hashable and non-hashable thing.
Okay.
In dictionary, yes.
Okay. A hashable is like the value cannot be modified later. Okay. In the simple sense, okay.
Yes.
Just the integer, Okay, when you assign a integer value or the value is goes to the key value. Okay.
Okay.
So whatever, you cannot change that value. I mean, the one remains the same.
Okay.
So when you try to do with a list, I mean, here in the case C, it will throw an error. It will say unhashable type. The reason is because I can put another, let's say, here is a list. Okay, I put a value to the dictionary. It will not happen. No, some idea, some imaginary state, you put a dictionary into a key. I changed the dictionary. As of now, no, nothing in that. I added a value to the dictionary. Now the entire value got changed. So how do you identify it? I mean, you know, this is the key. If you give that key, you will get this value. But in your dictionary itself got changed. It is just like a you just take an example scenario. You are living in a street. Okay.
Yes.
You are saying you are living in the street name number 5. Okay. Your house number was displayed on a board. The reason now it shows 5 on the street. Okay. Somehow you went there and changed that number. Okay. But you already gave the old address to everyone. When people comes, they won't see. When people comes, they cannot find your house, right?
Yes.
Just take this example. So that is why it should be hashable type.
Okay. So,
I mean, you are not allowed to change your house number. That is called hashable.
So, but list can be modified and dictionaries can't be like.
Yes,
so why
you can put a list as a value. That is totally fine.
Okay.
But you cannot keep a list in a key. That is the thing. List is not a hashable type.
Okay, that's why it shows this unhashable error.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. In that case, you can use tuple.
Okay.
Safety. But tuple is a hashable type. Here is a catch. When you inside the tuple, you can use list inside the tuple. Then it will not be a hashable.
Yes.
Then it will throw an unhashable type list.
Okay.
The reason is because even though a tuple is immutable, but you can change the value within the tuple. If you put a list inside the tuple, here I have the list. If I take the value, it is empty list. I can append into it. So the value got changed now.
Yes.
So it became unhashable.
So I have a doubt. So since you said that the tuple is a unhashable type, right? So
not entirely. If you use a unhashable data type into a tuple, then it becomes unhashable. If you use simply hashable type like a number, any integer, string like that, it will not affect the case.
So every element has to be unhashable within the tuple.
Yeah, it should be a hashable.
It should be hashable. Yes. Sorry.
Yes. But I can put a tuple inside a tuple. That's not an issue.
Yeah, since it's hashable, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
So will we be doing there was a PPA left for week 6, PPA 10.
Okay. Do you have any doubts?
I didn't try it. I can try it.
Okay, which one? Which week?
Week 6, PPA 10 was left. We had done till
Okay, it, okay. If there is no other doubts, we can go with this PPA.
Sir?
Yeah.
So can you please explain again about hashable and unhashable, sir? I didn't understand it.
Yeah, sure. In short, the value cannot be changed. Okay, once you assign a, let's say, object, okay, let's say this integer and everything is different as object. Once you define them, can you mute your?
Sir, so it's basically same as mutable and immutable.
Yes, exactly.
That's
But there
all.
is a difference. Yes, you can say mutability is the superset of hashability, kind of.
Okay.
The thing is, tuple is immutable. Okay. Okay. But the same tuple, which has a list in it.
Okay. The list inside the tuple is mutable.
Yeah, then that tuple is immutable, but the list inside the tuple is mutable.
Okay.
So it loses the property. In that case, it loses the property of hashability.
Okay.
So it's like keys are hashable in dictionary and values are unhashable.
Yeah, I mean
values can be changed, but
yeah, values can be anything. Not we really don't care about the values. Values can be anything, any object. In Python, everything comes under object, right? You'll be learning later. But whatever you are defining here is almost from a class kind of. You'll be learning later. But in short, you can keep anything as a value. Okay, we'll look into the PPA now.
Sir, in hashable, we can't change the location, right?
Location in the sense,
like the key, like in dictionary, we just
the value cannot be changed. The thing is, in the string manipulation, right? In Python, strings are not immutable. Okay, so when you replace a string, you are not replacing the exact string. You are replacing and giving a new instance of it.
What is that, sir?
New instance. Okay. Okay, it is a string. Okay. The first two lines are obvious, right? I defined a string variable to yes and printed it. Then I replaced the variable. Okay. Yes dot replace, it will replace, it will take all the lowercase a and replace it with the uppercase a. The thing is, it will not replace its original object. It will replace and give a new object. In the sense, let's say, okay, take this scenario. Okay, You have a paper, let's say a short, let's assume like a pin notes or like that. A pin note you have, you wrote like something, okay? Then some other person asked you and asked you the pin note with written something like a, it should be like a someone. That pin note should have a the value someone, okay? So what you do is, if it's a mutable value, if it's a mutable object, you, let's say you assuming you wrote it in a pencil, you will take the rubber, you take the eraser and remove the something into someone. It is a mutable thing you do. But in this case, immutable in the sense, like a case of string, you cannot, you wrote it in a pen or done something like that, you cannot remove it. Instead of what you do is, you take a pinnable note, okay, small note, and write there someone or something, whatever is relevant, whatever the changes you made, and give it to the another person.
So in immutable, we create entirely a new object, right?
Yes, exactly.
Which are different from, which are totally different from the first one.
Yes. Yeah. How we can see, right? If we give ID, it will show the number. If two objects are different, that ID will show a different number. It should be S2. Okay. It is, you can say it is more like a some address this data types are, I mean the values are living in your computer.
What you're trying to say is that it becomes an entirely different string.
Yes, exactly.
It's stored in the memory as a completely different.
Yes, it in some other location or something like that. But if you took the, okay, you understood this thing, right? Let's say I have a list. I'm simply appending the list, okay? You can see the location was exactly the same because of the mutability. It's exactly the same if it's a list.
What if you had not written S2 over there? S2 is equal to S dot replace. What if you had written S only? Is it possible?
The thing is, okay. But then I have to print this value, okay? Then I cannot use exactly 2. Okay. Then it will be different only because of the immutability.
It's different.
Yes, absolutely.
So, sir, list
It
is
didn't
something.
print the string. It didn't print the string.
No, I didn't print the string because if I created a, if I repeated the same value again, right here, it will be different. Okay, I'll show you how. Okay, here I returned the string. Okay, it is a totally different instance, and here I did the same. S dot replace, it returned the some string. If you see the address, it's totally different, but here it's almost the same because the value was stored in the same location, but the instance is totally different.
I don't understand the difference. I don't know.
I mean, don't worry about it. I mean, at least just think of it like that.
So what we're saying is that S is equal to ABCD was a different location, and
Yes.
the S dot replace now is an entirely different string, even if we
Yes.
don't give it
Yes,
a variable.
those are totally,
S2.
totally two different things locating on the two different address of the memory.
That's why it's hashable.
That's why it's immutable. Because of the immutability, it happens. It is the consequence of the immutability.
No, if it's immutable, then we say it is hashable.
No, if it's immutable, it doesn't mean hashable. If it's hashability is the subset of immutability. Okay. So in this string case, yes. But if it's a tuple, no. I mean, in some cases, it will not be.
Okay.
Can you able? And the thing is, in the string case, right? What you said is yes. Okay.
Sir, how
what
did
you
you?
said? Yeah, please go on.
Sir, how did you bring this console in? Below, sir.
Okay, actually, it's I'm using a Steamax is a kind of software package in Linux in a terminal, so it does some things.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay.
Actually, I
The
thought
package,
suddenly console was there and suddenly it was now below.
no, it's not. Yeah, I'm using a different editor other than the regular one. You'll be learning it when you come to see the system commands course. Yeah.
Because it was like a little bit similar to the Jupyter notebook, sir.
Yeah, actually it's different, but yeah, I mean,
because
you can experiment
each line you can like 62, 63. You can see these things also in Jupyter notebook.
Yeah, kind of. It is easier to navigate, so I'm using. I mean, when you come to the system commands course, right, you'll be learning these editors.
Because till now, sir, like five professors have taken our classes, Python class, and different professor has like suggested, and they have used their own like IDE.
Yes.
Well, somebody used Spider, somebody used Google, somebody used Replit. So that is the reason.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, what you want, whatever you like, whatever suits you only. It's totally based on you can try. You can take a notepad and write your Python code as well. I mean, it's totally up to you. I mean, experiment on many things, you'll get to know what suits you.
True, sir. True.
Yeah.
Sir, you said Hashable is set up mutability in string, but not in list, right?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, in Python, okay, with respect to Python, string is an immutable object. Okay, so maybe some other programming have a different way of approach, but with respect to Python, string is immutable, so it is hashable only. There is no way you can put a you can put a list into a string, or you can put a dictionary into a string in some way. It is not at all possible. Okay. Of course, you can convert a list or dictionary into a string and put it into it. At the end, it is entirely a string only. So it is totally immutable. It is totally hashable. I assume like that. Just like a hashable, immutability is like a even like a immutability or hashability is more like if you wrote something on paper, you cannot change it. That's all. No matter what you do, you cannot change it. In that case, it is a immutability. You can change it by somehow, but not exactly. I mean, not obviously or like that. You can say as a mutability.
Yeah.
Okay. The mutability or the hashability is with respect to the values, not with respect to the address stored. Okay, it is with respect to the values.
Is the value which we assign.
Yes, I mean values in the sense it is a string value, it's an integer, some form of data structure. That is I'm saying values. That value may be constantly keep changing, right? If it can change, it is totally mutable. Assume even a further example, right? Take a file, okay? You can put multiple paper into a file and you can remove the file. So the file is a mutable object. Okay. Yeah, a simple file, a simple folder. We use it in our office, right? You can put multiple papers in it. Okay, that is called mutability. Instead of you take a like a something which is not at all editable, like a encryption or something inscribed on a stone. Okay, it is no, you cannot change it like that. In that case, that is immutable. Once you've done it, that's all. You have to get a new. You can replicate things or you can modify things, but you cannot change that. You can get a similar things, modified things as a new. You can't not change in it. That's the only difference. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts?
So,
yeah.
So will we have some kind of warm-up session before the programming exam?
Actually, I don't know. I'm not aware of it. You can ask it on Discourse or anything.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll look into the PPA. Okay, just bear with me. I'm seeing the question for the first time. Okay. We are getting a data set which is similar to the scores data set. So we have to write a function. The name was groupByCity. The argument is that same data set. It will be in a dictionary form. Okay. So we have to return a dictionary where its value was cities and the where its keys are cities and corresponding value are the list of students coming from that city. So that's one function we have to write. Another function is, the function name is BusyCity. It is also accepting the same scores dataset argument, but it should return a list of cities where the number of students is greater than or equal to than every other cities in the list. So it is in the form of list. Okay. Also the list of cities, it's a list of strings. Okay. The order doesn't matter.
Please increment the font size also, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt here.
Yeah.
So I'm doing some problem, and I want to use the scores data set as input in my system IDE, which I'm using, but
Okay.
I don't have access to it. Is there any way, because I want to try out and understand, and IDE helps me show the variables also. So is there any way we can get access to it?
Yes, I mean you have access to your previous courses, I believe. You have access to the supplementary context. There you have a PDF given, right? PDF of tables which have the scores data set. You can copy paste in Google Sheet, and you can get it in a CSV format. You can convert it.
Okay, PDF of the what did you say, sir? PDF of the scores
The
data
scores
set
data
itself.
set in a tabular format.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah,
I'll
in
try that.
city, yeah, in your city's course, the previous course you have access to it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
It's a list of dictionaries.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
I am unable to access my CD course in my dashboard. How can I access them?
Okay.
I have
Actually, yeah. Actually, I don't have the answer to it. You can write to the course support mail, and you can resolve from that.
I have made it a lot of times, but
Actually, sorry, you are not audible, but that is totally an operational query. But you can, yeah, you can call the course support team, or I mean, sorry, you can call the course support mail or course support team, the address. You can clarify with them, because I don't know how to do that. I don't know the solution for you. Actually. Or else you can, yeah, you can get it from your friends or anything. That's it.
I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can we use else statement in for loop also?
Yes, yes. Yeah,
Okay, so
actually,
it will work like
that
if else statement only.
No. That will work differently. I will explain you. I mean, after completing this assignment. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Can we check the first one? Okay. Test batch. Okay, we'll try that out now first. Okay. Okay, all test is passed. Okay, I'll just explain it now. Okay. So I created a empty dictionary just to store here the key is the city and the value is the list of students. Student names. Okay. So I gone through the course dataset, which is the list of dictionaries. So each element in that list is a dictionary. So I take as a D as a dictionary. So this D refers to a dictionary. That each dictionary is just like this one, the example given. So D of city, I mean this example it's Bengaluru. So if that is not in the empty dictionary I have defined, then I am creating a key. Now the key value is D of city, which is in this case Bengaluru or whatever the element which comes in. Okay, so that is an empty dictionary. Then within the same, for the same key, I am appending the student name into it. Okay, the same thing is going on, and finally I am returning the dictionary. Any doubt here?
Sir, we have a dictionary inside dictionary in the question given. Like we have only one line of that line is given. So remaining all are in
No,
separate
not
dictionary or inside this dictionary only.
Which you are referring to? Can you spell the variable or score? Are you referring to scores dataset or?
Yeah, sports data sets.
Okay, no. Actually, the scores data set is a list of dictionaries. It is just like a list, just like a list. Okay, within that there will be some dictionaries like that. It is a list of dictionary. It is what given, right? Scores data set is a list of dictionaries.
Yes, sir.
So it is like that. Okay. Any other doubt in this first function? You are able to identify what I had done here, right? This one or this one. Okay. Okay, we'll go to the next function. Here we have to return a list of cities which are really busy. I mean, the busy in the sense where the students are, more students are there from that city. So what I did, I need two variables. Okay, one to store the cities, and another one to the maximum students from the students are coming from. Okay, so I am using I'm getting a value from the previous function and saving in the same name, dcity. It will be like a dictionary, the same, the case city. The value is student names. Okay, so I'm using the max students to keep track of the students. Also, how I'm getting the number of students is by using the length function. Length of the list, the key city. I mean, for city in D city will go through the every city in the dictionary. So it's just like finding the maximum value. Okay, so if that value is greater than the max students, I'm assigning that value to the max students. At the same, I am assigning a city, list of city with only one city in it to the B cities. And if that is the same, then I am appending to it. Here I am replacing it. Here I am appending to the existing list. At the end, I am returning the list. Any doubt here? Okay. Okay then. Okay. Any other doubts? Anything else? Okay, I told you to explain something, right? That else for.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. The first two lines are straightforward. I'm printing from 0 to 9. Then if I put the for, then I'm printing the statement group finished successfully. That for loop is the else block is executed only when that for loop is completed successfully without any break statement. Okay, let's say if I see w equal to 5, I mean if it's I equal to 5, I am breaking this loop. Then that else statement will not be executed. That is the usage of else block for.
Could
That
you
means
repeat that?
after.
That was correct.
Yes, sir. Go on.
Sorry.
Sir, I was asking. That means whenever break statement is there, then the else statement will not be executed.
No, I'm not saying is there. I'm saying when the break is executed. The thing is, here the thing is, it can be there. Now in this case, the break is there, but it is not executed, right? So if the break is executed, then only the else will not execute. Else block will not execute. If the for loop completed successfully, then else block will execute.
Sir, but when do we use this else statement in code? What condition we use it?
I mean, it's based on the application what you are using. Okay, so let's say the break statement we generally use is if something is not need to happen. Okay, something you want to immediately came out of the loop. Okay, then only we use the break statement. So our process, if it's a normal process going on, it will go through whatever the iteration done. Okay, so finally it will do the post processing, kind of like that. Okay, let's assume like that. Okay, let's say you have to build something, some project or anything, but that package will come in a that project things has to be come in a 10 packages. Okay, each package is delivered by one. Okay, so you will be doing your building process only when if you have the all 10 packages. Okay, so in that case it is a for else. I just assume each printing is receiving one package from some anything else. So you are building the project. In some case, if some package is not received or something is not missing, you are not doing the operation. So you are immediately stopping the operation. So your end process is not done. Kind of like that. You can use that. The reason for using the else is if else is not used, you have to mimic it with the a flag variable or any variable itself. Okay, I write the same code with a variable. Okay, you can see, right? The same thing I mimicked within an array. So I am keeping the variable as 1. If break statement is executed, that value becomes 0. So I am executing the next if statement only if the variable is 1. So instead of writing like this, we are using the else block. That's all. Yeah, the same way you can use the else block with the while as well. Yeah, you can use it with while. Yeah.
Sir, instead of break, if we have like return statement, then else will not be executed.
Yeah, I mean, return works only when we are inside a function.
Yeah, when we are in a
Yeah,
function,
yeah.
then
If the thing is, if you use return, right, nothing will execute beyond that return, below the return. Yes, else absolutely it will not execute.
Sir, I have a doubt. So in functions, in an if block, there is one return statement, and out of an if block, there is another return statement.
Okay.
Which one will be get executed? I couldn't understand. If the if doesn't work, how the return outside of the if will be executed?
Okay. Just 1 minute. Okay. Only break prevents the execution of else. Okay. If you use continue, it will not prevent the execution of else. Okay. Next. Can you tell me what will be the output for the first f of 4 and f of 10?
For 4, I think for the first return will be executed, right?
Yeah.
yes, sir. First
And
return statement will be executed first.
Yeah. Can you get it? I mean, if the condition satisfied, this return will execute. If it executed, nothing below will be executed. Okay. Everything below will not be executed. If the return is once the return executes, whatever the code below the
I
return
asked
will
this
not be
because when out of the function, if we use if after the if block, whatever we write there, it will be get executed, right? So that's why I asked.
Yeah, but you won't be using return outside of the function. You are using return. You'll be using only within the function only, right?
Okay, then I understood.
So you did not print this?
No, I did not print this. Okay, I have to use a print, so it will work. If I simply say f of 4, f of 10, it will not work. I have to give print. But if I am using console, it will work.
So how do we use the console? I've never managed to do it.
It is, I mean, whatever you are writing in the script, right? You
Yes.
are executing in the console. That's all. That's
No, but how do you type on the console?
I mean, it is not so easy. If you want to type the same code again and again, right? It will be some trouble. You can click the up arrow. It will work. It will give the previous command which we run in the console. But generally, if you are writing something for new, script is better. If you want to do some small computation, right? I want to check a function. Okay, this is f of 12. I don't want to get into the script and do all those things. Here,
You're doing it through the arrow keys.
if I click up arrow, it will give the previous function.
Yeah.
Yes, last.
So you can't print anything new.
Yeah, I can print. I can type anything here as well.
But how do you type on the console? I'm not able to
Yeah,
do
simply.
it.
I mean, we simply using the how you type it.
It is like a calculator, right, sir? That does interactive mode.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. If you want to do some immediate calculation, right, you can use the console. You don't need to specify the print statement here. That is the thing.
And try again.
Yeah. But if you are, the thing is, if you are simply opening the console for the first time, okay, you go. Okay, I'll show you. Okay. Properly the Python 3 command. Okay. It is the first thing you will see on the console. If I type here f of 1, it will return it is not defined because I never defined the same function. F is a function, f is a variable or something. So in that case, I have to define everything. In this case, I mean that's why I'm said you can try do something fast calculation or anything mathematical calculation, or you want to simply define a function which is very small. You have to consistent with the spaces as well. I mean, I defined the function f. It will give you kind of like that. If you want to do something small or just check in the console, right? You can do that. In this case, I can get the up, if I press the up arrow, it will give the previous values as well. Yeah, but it is a total waste of time if you are writing a multiple lines of code.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Sir, can you discuss little about enumerate that we have there?
Sorry, can you come again?
About enumerate, sir, in like we have in instead of writing range, we write enumerate.
Enumerate. Okay.
So, sir, how many weeks for quiz 2, sir?
Quiz 2, actually, I'm not aware of it. Yeah. You can ask it on Discourse, or you can refer to the course grade sheet, right? I mean, grade description. Yeah, that will be mentioned there itself, or you can ask it on Discourse.
Okay.
when you give enumerate, it will give you okay, I'll explain. Okay, if I take the enumerator, okay, it will be enumerator object, but if I convert it into a list, it will looks like this. Every element is a tuple. The first one is the index, second one is the value. Okay. If I enumerate the list, every element becomes a tuple, with the first element being the first element of the tuple being the index, second element of the tuple being the value. That's how the enumerate works. It will be useful when you want to use the index and the value itself. There is a similar thing if you use dictionary. Okay, here if I simply iterate over the dictionary, it will generally give like a key only, right? If I want to access that value, then I have to tfk. So then only I can access the values. Okay, so there is a zipping process that similar to enumerate for dictionary. What you can do is even you can do like items.
So I think you need to put parentheses for items.
Yeah. It's a function.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Similarly, the d.items items will give the list of tuples with the key value per key being the first value of tuple, value be the second element of tuple. One another thing is, if you have another list which is of some another size, if you want to print it together from the index in the order, you can use the tuple zip function. Okay. Here's a zip function. What it do is, it will take the to a list and order it by the take the first element of list L and list L2. I can convert into a list. Just like what we seen before. It is for two list. The zip is for two list. That d.items. This is the property of the, it's a method of dictionary. And enumerate is for simple list or length.
Could you have printed this as a list of tuples?
Which one?
The last thing that we did, print item.
Yes. Yeah, I'm printing here only. Okay. List of zip of L2.
Oh, it is being printed as a list of tuples.
Yes. Yeah, if I didn't use the list, right, it will be a zip object. I mean, to view it as a list, I have to use the list.
I didn't understand what the zip add was.
Zip will, I mean, take two lists. Okay. If you see ABCD is a one list. Okay, the list L. I have another list L2, which have a really long length. I mean, many elements.
Longer than L.
Yes, yes. So zip, what zip do is it will take the order matters. Okay, if I give the L first, so it takes the first element from L and say first element from the L2, make it into a tuple. Then that is the first element of the list. Okay, so sec for 2, second element of the L, second element of the L2, which I passed. That will be the second element. So it will create a list of tuples in that way.
Can this do for even 3 lists?
We can try. Yeah, it works.
Okay. This can come in very handy in matrices.
Yes. It's a list of tuples. If you use 3 lists or how many lists you have, it will take the, I mean, the order matters. That's the only thing. It will also the length of the final zipped object, right? That will be the least of the length of whatever the iterator you have passed into the zip.
Could you repeat that again?
Okay. Here the length of L is 4,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Here it is 7.
Yes.
So at the final, when you see the length of it is 4 only.
Yeah.
It is because it will take only the least of the parameters, least of the length of the parameters.
It doesn't have corresponding items for that.
Yes, yes.
L.
Yes.
Okay. Can we, I mean, there are instances when in our graded we are told not to use inbuilt functions. So I suppose zip would be considered as an inbuilt function.
I mean, unless it is mentioned, yes.
Now, if it's written specifically that don't use inbuilt functions, so zip would be an inbuilt function.
Yeah. I mean,
in matrices it gets very complicated to extract a column from a matrix. So this would be a very easy function.
Yeah. Yeah. But it works only with a vector someday. In the case, I mean, in that sense, it's only with a vector, right? It should be a simple list. But when you are using zip with the matrix, right, then it's even kind of not a straightforward way. I mean, why we are using zip is not for that purpose. When you're dealing with a matrix, you'll be dealing with the concatenation, all those things, right? But here it's not like that. We are cutting out some things. When you are dealing with the matrices, the length really matters. Okay, here we are, I mean, cutting out the extra length, extra elements we have.
Yeah, in any case, it's giving in the form of tuples rather than in a form of a list.
Yes, yes. So when you are dealing with the matrix, that's a very important thing. We should not leave away some rows, right? So you should be careful about it. I mean, in some case, you can use it. Yeah.
You can iterate through a tuple, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So we could convert these tuples into lists.
Yeah. Then you have to convert the list. You have to go through each of the element and convert the tuple into a list. Let's say if I take the first one, right? Now it's a list. Then you have to write a for loop and convert it into a list.
Is enumerate function and zip function taught in the course?
I think enumerate was taught in the course, I think. Zip
I don't
also,
think so.
Okay, maybe it comes in a later weeks or like that. Zip,
okay.
everything.
I mean,
But these are not
I don't remember seeing this, but I think this could come in really handy.
yes, I mean, these are not a very basic features you are dealing with it now. I mean, looping and conditional are the very basic elements. These are the all, I mean, extra features that Python offers. But it will come in handy only if you are using Python. If you move to any other language, right, then it will become you lost these things. You have to write your own custom functions or classes for it in that case. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Regarding the initially we discussed initially, right? How you know the concept, you know the logic, but you don't know how to convert into a code, right? So what I would suggest is choose the correct data structure. Okay. The primary ones are list. The another thing is dictionary with respect to Python. Okay. These are the very important things. I mean, you have tuples, you have sets. Those are also there, but these are the very primary ones. The sets and tuples which gives additional benefit. Okay, these are the what you can do with the sets and sets and tuple, right? You can do with the list and dictionary, not in an exact way. That will be very beneficial if you are using set and tuple. Okay, so do it first. So whatever is the large, you know the logic, you know the data. Okay, these are the things I have. Everything in a collection. Okay, now structure it. Okay, you have to structure it. If you want to classify things, use dictionary for classification. Let's say you wanted to, you have the some data which is in some random order. Now you want to classify that data into some structure in some order. Let's say we've seen the scores data set, right? It is in a list of dictionary. It is not in a very proper structure. I mean, if it's in a list, it is not a very proper lecture the sense. Okay, so you are so what I have done in that problem is I structured that data in terms of cities. Okay, cities as a key, students as a value. It is the structuring of data. That is what you do first. Okay, whatever it's relevant. If you want to simply store a value, I mean simply adding a record, then you have to use the list. Okay, an example would be like a your grocery list. Okay, your grocery list is a list. It's a simple list, an example. But if you want to let's say your spending history or even within the grocery list or anything, the overall spending list, right? You can use the dictionary to spending pattern. Example, how spending pattern in the sense. You have spent something for the transport. Okay, transport is the key value. within the transport, you have what are the your spending patterns. I mean, how much, let's say, assume it is a monthly budget or monthly expenditure or like that. You spend something like a 100 rupees for transport, then something for a train ticket or flight ticket or like that. Okay? These are the structural things. Then for groceries, spend something. It can be either value or anything. So dictionary is all about classification. Okay, here within the dictionary, I'm using list to store a similar element. Generally, where in Python allows you to store multiple elements, multiple data types in a list, but it is better to use a single data type within list. Then that will give more meaningful and that will make more sense.
Excuse me,
Okay.
sir.
Yes.
Sir, for this particular process of spending,
Yeah.
we can also use a nested dictionary. So if particularly groceries, we can also subdivide them if they are.
Yes, absolutely. No, I mean, if you are, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can use the nested dictionary, but the thing is, at the end, if you are storing a same data multiple times, right, there you will be using the list. If groceries, right, you bought in a supermarket, okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, then it will. Supermarket, I spent this much. Okay, then I went to farmer market. I bought this much. It can be a list or it can be anything or like that. Okay, so no issues. I mean, you can subdivide it.
Okay, sir. Sir, actually, I have a doubt.
So
When
it
I
should
was
be curly
solving.
brackets, huh?
No. That actually is the after the farmer market the key. There is a list which is actually holding the values.
Yeah,
Outside, you can see it is curly brackets or flower brackets.
it will be clear. I say spending itself is a dictionary. I think it's better now.
Yes, sir. Sir, I actually wanted to ask, when I was solving PPAs, the usual difficulty I observe is code sometimes is not much optimized as I want. So how can I improve on that? How can I improve optimization of my code?
Okay, the thing is, you can do that. Okay, first of all, in Python, we aim you our expectation from you to solve the problem. Okay, when you come to PDSA, our expectation from you to is write the efficient code. So yeah, the primary function of primary expectation from the Python course is solving the problem. If you are solving if you are able to solve the problem, you did the what is the requirement for Python. Then comes the efficiency. Here you'll be learning only how to use the list and dictionary, right?
Yes, sir.
So you'll be learning very few things only. When it comes to PDSA, you'll be learning a lot of data structures and algorithms. There, the real answer to you'll be getting on when you come to PDSA. But in short, as you know, the thing and forget about not about the efficiency. Start with a cleaner code in Python. Okay, organize your code really well. In the sense, if you are doing some primary function, right, then write it in a function and use it later.
Okay,
and a rule of thumb, if you are using an expression twice, then you have to store it into a variable and use that variable.
Okay, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir, I got that.
Yeah, so these are the, I mean, if you develop it in the beginning itself, right, it will be really good. Also, whenever you are naming a variable, give a meaningful name. I mean, it is also a, we can say, kind of human efficiency also. I mean, if someone reads your code, right, if they were able to read real easy, that's also kind of good to me. The efficiency in the sense, you'll be learning the not big connotation, all those things. A simplest sense, once your process is done, right, I mean, break from the low power like that. If your process is achieved, don't do extra computation. That is one thing. Also, don't compute anything extra. That is the, if your primary principle is don't computing anything extra, that is your primary efficiency goal for the Python course.
Okay, sir.
I mean, once you wrote your logic, right, once you wrote your program, are you doing computing anything extra? If the answer is no, as of now, it's a very efficient code for you.
Okay, sir. So time being, I must focus on reducing the computation.
Yes.
From my side, not focusing on a lot of algorithmic approaches, but to write more cleaner code and avoid extra computations.
Yes. I mean, these from with respect to Python course, it's enough. When you come to PDSA, you'll be learning a lot.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. And for on that particular purpose, I should choose that requisite data structure.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. The thing is, okay, I can store a value, okay, in a list of tuples. And the same data set, I can store it in a tuples, okay, name, something like that. Some value, okay, let's say age or like that. I stored in this format of data structure, okay. Can you say, let's say I want to access this data structure based on the name. I want to find based on the name, okay. Can you say, is it efficient in terms of searching? Can you give me a better way as well?
So we can use dictionary. It would be better.
Okay. Why dictionary?
If we use the keys function, if we will get the keys of every dictionary, and then we can traverse it. We will get a list of keys, and then we can find out. If we want to find Ahmed, we can find out it is Ahmed is in list or not.
Yeah, I agree. Agree. But the reason why dictionary is, the dictionary is based on the hash table. Okay, that you'll be learning later. The thing is, if you search anything within the dictionary, right, it will not take any much time. I mean, relatively very much little time when you compare to going through one by one element by one element. You will never do that in dictionary.
Because
okay. Sorry, Sala, I'm not able to get it. Can you speak a little louder?
Because the repetition will be not allowed. That's why. Or
yeah. Actually, the implementation of dictionary is very much different than how we do in a list. Okay. In list, if I want to go search for anything, right, I'll go one by one. In dictionary, it's not like that. I'll go directly. More like a kind. It's not exactly, but you can go directly to one person, one variable or anything, one particular element or like that. So it is really fast. So in this case, and the thing is, when you are using dictionary, that key should be really unique. Okay. So how do we do that? Let's say if it's a name, right? It's very common. Multiple person have the same name.
We can choose to use the roll numbers as key instead, right? Since it will be unique.
Yeah, if it's really good point. Yeah, you have to find the uniqueness within the data. what is the thing which is totally unique, which if it's made more sense, it's really good. If you didn't find anything at all, then what you have to do is, in a simpler sense, you have to generate a unique key, simple random sequence that should be unique. That's it. But for you,
Just
it's
to differentiate the entries from each other, right?
yes.
Okay. So how do we generate a random key of sorts?
Okay, actually there are multiple functions there.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use the random choice from the Python, something simpler. That's it. But yeah, you'll be learning this. I mean, the storage. These are the things you'll be learning on database management systems later.
Okay.
Yeah, there it's totally based on how you store the data. So as of now, it's fine. I mean, find the uniqueness in the data set and use it for it. So whatever the dataset we see, right, there will be a card. If you are using the card paragraph dataset, words dataset, there will be a card number. If it's a student, that all cards have a number. Yeah, that is one way.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Others, anything, any doubts?
Sir, sir, online proctored exams.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, how will they be conducted? Because how we have to write the code, we will be coding. So we have to use our online portal, or we will be given another portal to code.
Yeah, it will be the link may be different. The link will be different, but it will be exactly look like your assignments.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I think you will be having a system compatibility test as well, I think.
Yes, sir. We had a compatibility test.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
just like that.
Okay, sir.
It will be just like a assignment only. Everything looks and feels same.
Okay, sir.
Sir, in case there's some issue with the connectivity, will we be disqualified or something?
I think you have to be in the full time. I think you can inform anything to the support mail and whatever the information provider as early as possible.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, it should not be a major delay. That has to be. Anything you just inform immediately.
Okay, so how do you suggest we do that?
I think you'll be provided with the information, I think, or else just contact the course support mail. Just send a mail or call them.
After the exam, okay.
Not after the exam. If you face immediately, if you have a network delay, which you are not able to get immediately on, just contact them.
Okay.
I mean, if you are able to get in 1 or 2 minutes, right, it's fine. Just if the proctor asks, just explain the issue.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, you will have a two contact, I think. You'll be having a chat kind of thing in the portal. Also, you'll be having a Gmeet, something like that. So you'll be having a two communication, two independent communication with the proctor. Always make sure read all the guidelines and keep every phone steady and everything. Make sure every points of it. So to prevent from any disqualification or anything.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, passing criteria is two quiz and end exam in Python.
Actually,
Apart
I'm
from
not.
SET also must, sir.
Actually, I'm not totally aware of it. You can refer the grading document.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Sir,
Yeah.
so can we use a function as a parameter for other function?
Yeah, absolutely. You can use it.
Like I am a little bit confused in it.
Yeah. Here it is. What I had done is I defined a function named simply g. It takes one parameters and return the square of it. Okay. So, and I have another function that returns the function g. It returns the function g, not the value. It simply returns the function g. If I type function, right? Actually, the returned value from the function is like that. I have to execute. Okay. F is a function. You can see it's F. See, but if I execute the function, I have to give the parentheses, right? Then the function is g. It is a returned function. So here it is as equivalent to g. If I execute the function f without any parameters, simply anything, so it is returning the function g. So I'm using that function to execute with the parameter 4. Is it clear?
Yes, but I am also like want to say if we want the def gi, we want to take gi as a parameter. Like for f, we have brackets, and we want gi to place in it.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, now I'll explain with an example. Okay. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, here it is. Yeah, let's say I am giving the radius. Okay, let's say if it's a circle, then it's a radius. Then say if it's a square, let's say if it's a side. Okay, so I am executing the function called get area. Okay, so I'm giving a parameter square. Then I'm giving the side of it. Then how it works is if I give get area of square, it will return a function called square area, which I have defined here. So I'm executing, then that function comes as a return object. Then I'm executing that function with the parameter 4.
So
Same
the
for circular.
function just takes the value in the second parenthesis as its argument.
Sorry, can you repeat once again?
So I was just asking if the function that is being returned takes the
Yes, the 4 as a argument.
Okay.
Yes. The thing is, I can replace the thing is, it's exactly like that.
Okay.
It's exactly like that. You can take this function execution, right? Replace it with the function value. That's all. I remove the variable. Okay, I'm printing the value. You can see the return value is function square area. Per second, it's a circular area. Actually, it is a totally different approach. Even it is not. It's a very simple thing. You can go deeper. It is called functional programming. You heard about the object-oriented programming, right? That's a one-way approach. That's a one type of approach. Another approach is a functional programming. That is a totally different approach to solving the problem. I mean, some features are some features related to functional programming will be introduced in the later part of your Python course. It will be slightly touched, but that is a very vast topic. It's very much different from the object-oriented approach. Okay, everyone is clear about what I have wrote in here, right?
I don't understand the last 2 lines.
Last 2 lines. Okay. The get area of square, right?
Yeah.
I'm referring to this function. Okay. I am giving only the parameter square. So if I go here, I take the parameter shape. If the shape is equal to the square, then it is returning the function. Simply a function.
Yeah.
So it is a function, not executor. Okay. So it's a function. So if you, let's say, I define a function. Okay. If I print a function, right? Print C, it will show like this only. It will show the function name, and the sum address.
Okay.
Okay. So that is what I did here. So it is returning the function. So I am printing that function. I'm not executing that function. The first these two lines, I am executing the function with the parameter 4, the returned function. In both the first and second, the returned functions are different.
So is it the same for methods also, like list methods? If we have a list called x is equal to 1, 2, 3,
No,
4?
actually, that is totally an object-oriented approach.
Okay, so would that throw an error instead of saying this function and
No. You don't need to worry about it. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't need to use it as well.
oh,
I mean, there is
okay.
a many other approach. You can do a regular programming. You can store it in a, I mean, dictionary. You can many other ways of doing it. I mean, it's just an example I'm giving you. That's all. It is not required. Just you have to understand what is going on. It doesn't mean you have to use the same principle or same method or like that. Whatever suits you, you can use it. At the end, you have to get a result. That's all. I mean, don't fear about even if you didn't understand, right, in this sense. I mean, don't much worry about it. Okay, you'll understand it later. So now.
Okay, so will this be taught in the later weeks?
Not the functional programmings are slightly covered. I mean, very much. I will say touched. What is mean by like that only, but the core concepts are not taught in this course.
Okay, so so object-oriented programming is given more of an importance. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Here I returned a function, right? Similarly,
yes.
I can pass a function as well. Here I return the function. I can pass a function here itself and get a value as well.
As an argument.
Yes, function as an argument.
Okay.
Instead of here writing a square, right? I can pass the square area as a function. I can execute that function here. I mean, it's a I can do it directly, but yeah, just I'm saying example. You can pass a function and use it.
Then you told one oops, and the other one is cyclic. You told
sorry, I didn't.
You told that there are two methods. One is object oriented, and the other is
another one is a functional approach. Functional programming. You can search on Google or anywhere. You can get some information about it. The thing about the functional programming is everything is a immutable object. So whatever the thing is, if you it's entirely based on function. If you give a value to a function, okay, if you give some input, you'll be getting the output. How many times you do it, you'll be getting the same output. When it's an object-oriented approach, it is not the same. If you execute the same function again, it will differ. I mean, not the function. Function belongs to some class. I mean, don't worry about it much if you didn't understand it. You'll be getting, I mean, go little by little, no issues. As a part within the Python course, you'll be having in the later weeks, you'll be getting to know about the object-oriented approach. There will be how to instantiate an object, all those things. Even if I in the last 15 minutes, right? Even if you didn't understand anything with respect to the conceptual, no worry, don't worry about it. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, if there is nothing else, we can wind up the session.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, I had a request. Can we connect? Can I connect with you on LinkedIn?
Yeah, fine, no issues. But I'm not able to answer you anything or immediately or like that. No issues.
Yes, sure, sir. I just
Yeah.
want